Welcome. Hello, everyone out there in Facebook land, and happy Friday. And let us know, what are your plans for the 4th? I hope you're going to be safe, do some fun stuff, maybe involve barbecue and water. I don't think we're going anywhere, but there will be water and some kind of meat. Maybe brisket in the oven because it's too hot, but maybe a spray bottle for water. I don't know. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are an entrepreneur or not an entrepreneur, and you've ever wondered if possibly a morning ritual could help you with depression, joy, enlightenment, all of the above, none of the above, my guest today, who is from the Houston City Beat, I had the honor of being a guest on her show last week. So we're doing a reciprocity, and she's a guest on my show this week. So she's a little bit nervous. Give her a warm welcome because she's going to be interviewed. She's going to share with us some of her secrets and tips on the topic for today. And we're super excited. So Lisbet, welcome so much. Thank you again on such short notice of being my guest. We got all the technical glitches out. You look fabulous. And tell the folks a little bit about Lisbet. I know I just found out about how many children you have, but tell us how, first off, before we get into the topic, how did you dream up this Houston City Beat concept?
Well, I've always wanted to have my own thing that I created, or that the universe inspired me to create. And right before COVID, a lot of stories lately are right before COVID.
Right before COVID, yeah.
During COVID. So my story was right before COVID. I had the name came to me, and I'm always buying names on GoDaddy. I'm a domain name hoarder. Okay.
You're the one who's taken all those domains.
I say to myself every month, I'm like, this month I'm not going to buy any more domains. And then I get this idea. I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's available. It's only $11.99. It's perfect. So Houston City Beat came to me as an idea to handle the fact that I'm an introvert by nature. I don't like talking to people that I don't know. So I needed a reason to talk to people that I don't know.
I love that. I love the concept, and I hope everybody's, getting that message is, push yourself, whatever frightens you, do it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So that's how the idea came about, and then I had to find a name. So every idea needs a name, and I really love Houston. Houston is a city you either love or hate, right? And I can't imagine living anywhere else. So it was natural it was a natural selection, and then the name just came to me from somewhere out there. And
are you a Houstonian, or did you come from somewhere else?
No, I wasn't born in Houston, but I got here as fast as I could. I'm originally from Cuba. I came here when I was 3.
Oh, okay.
I've lived in the Houston area for most of my life.
Your whole life. Perfect.
So I consider myself a Houstonian.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, here's my theory, and I'm from Southern California. Once you've experienced 3 summers in Houston, you can call yourself a Houstonian. I think I'm going on 23, but yeah. If you've suffered through 3.
Absolutely. This morning was pretty rough out there. I don't know if you've been outside yet.
No, not yet.
The humidity is just like slaps you across the face.
No, but I was in my not climate controlled warehouse yesterday. We had a D stage, and yes, I purchased myself and my team these neck air conditions that blows cold air on you. My daughter told me about it, who is in the restaurant industry, and it was fabulous. Fabulous. Best $27 I ever spent.
That's great.
All right. So here you are. So that obviously pushed you over the edge. Now you're out talking to people and really showing yourself that you can do what you thought you couldn't do.
Yeah.
So I love that. So Lisbet picked the topic here. We try to share with our audience really things all home related. And really that's anything, because if you live in a home, excuse me, the topics are unending, really. It's not just about flooring or buying or selling or decorating. It's a lot about the psychological makeup of who we are when we live in these, divine spaces that we call our home. And how do we navigate through the different aspects, from morning to noon to night. And so Lisbet has picked the topic of how she has created morning rituals to combat stress as an entrepreneur. So Lisbet, you've got the floor. Share with us.
Okay, perfect. Well, as I mentioned to you when we were speaking earlier, I had for many years, I had been dealing with depression, but I did not realize it. And my depression, the reason it started was because I couldn't keep up with my laundry. As little and insignificant as that may seem, it was my constant reminder of how I was failing on a daily basis.
Wow.
And then it transferred to I wasn't fixing my bed every day, right? So how you do the little things is how you do everything in life. I'm a strong believer in that. And that really was the avalanche that created this depression that I was living with for a good 5 years. And everything in my life fell apart, every single thing. But over the last 3 years, I've really been working on developing myself and finding what works for me.
So let's talk about the laundry, being that was the kind of the, the birthing of your kind of aha moment. How did you solve that problem?
Well, I didn't. I didn't deal with any of those. Actually, someone does my laundry for me now. So that's been taken care of. But what I do is I have a very specific morning routine. And everyone's morning routine is different. You have to find what works for you.
Yep.
And what makes a great day for you. And it really does start in the morning. For me, I make my bed. That's a given. I have to start my day because that's my first win, right? Yep. And you set your brain up for success because our brains love success. Yep. We love to win. So I make my bed every day. I go to the gym. I don't go every day to the gym, but I make an effort to go at least 3 to 4 times a week.
And folks out there, you don't have to go to a gym. So I'm going to go back up a little and comment on the bed. And this is something that I had a conversation with my husband, and lately he's been making the bed. Sometimes I'll make it, but mostly he does. Why? Because he's the last one out. I'm up several hours earlier than he is. But that is such a symbolic, as Lisbet says, a win, to where, you know what, I've accomplished, this is how I'm starting the day. I'm enjoying this beautiful bedding and pillows and, whatever you have, complete, to where going in and out, I can look at it and I feel complete, that, and this is going to carry out, as Lisbet says, in the rest of the day. You don't have to belong to a gym. You can exercise. Exercise is accumulative. You can exercise 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I have a kettlebell, and I do, 8 kettlebells every time I walk by the kettlebell with a mirror. I have a big mirror and my kettlebell, or arm exercises, or hop on the bike for 10 minutes, or what have you, whatever that means to you. But of course, exercise is so important, no matter how long or how often you do it. It really sets your day. So what's another thing that you do besides exercise and going to the gym, Lisbet?
So I have a series of nutritional supplements that I take. And again, it's about finding what works for you because everyone is different. One of the things, if you don't mind me sharing this product, I have...
No, we were talking about it behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm sure our audience would love to hear about it. It's a natural herb, so we're not pushing drugs here.
So this is called, I don't know if you could see that on the, wait, where we go? Here we go.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So it's called Bacopa, Bacopa. You can get it, I believe you said, at Whole Foods, right? You can probably get it on Amazon.
HEB, Amazon, you can get this pretty much anywhere. Like Amazon is a great place. Amazon has everything.
So where does this herb derive from? What country, do you know?
I believe it's somewhere in Asia is where it comes from. Okay. And, it's an organic herb called Bacopa. And it has worked for me since day one. I remember the day that I walked into Whole Foods, I was so depressed.
Oh,
I didn't want to go to the pharmaceutical route, and that's an option for a lot of people.
yes.
That
Some
works.
people absolutely need it and it works well. Yes.
Absolutely. There's no reason why anyone should not go the pharmaceutical route if they feel that that's what they need to do. And I walked into Whole Foods I was down. I was at the bottom of the barrel. And I asked for divine guidance to find something that would work for me, to shift my life, to start that process. And that's how
some might say you were looking for that magic pill.
I was looking for the magic pill, and this is it for me. This is my magic pill, and for everyone it's different. And this is my magic pill. My doctor has tried to take me off of this magic pill, and it's not going to happen.
Like, nope.
I love it. It works for me very well. Yeah. And then I also take an energy booster, because energy has a lot to do with your productivity, and if you don't feel like you're productive and you're prone to depression, you'll start getting depressed. So yeah. I'm sure to take something.
So may I ask, what kind of energy booster do you take?
Well, right now, this is what I'm taking. If you can see that, it's called the Energy Multiplier. And I'm looking for a new product because this is getting harder and harder to find. I was out running. I went to 3 different stores yesterday looking for this.
Wow. So what's the ingredients in that?
Well, this has maca powder and
maca, yeah.
So all supposedly really organic and very addictive. If I don't have this, I have a hard time functioning.
Really? Okay. So, in maca powder, you can even get that in the grocery stores, maca powder.
Yeah, you can, but this has some secret.
A proprietary.
Yes, I don't know what it is, but I am looking for something different. So when I find it, I'll let you know. I've tried a couple of products, but nothing is like this, unfortunately.
But at least you're going organic. You don't want to do energy drinks. Those are counterintuitive. Those will deplete your energy actually and suck your body, and make it in an inflammatory state.
Yeah. Then you have the cycle of, if you take something that if you have insomnia, which I also suffer from insomnia, so I have to watch that as well, because that's a trigger for depression.
Yep.
And so I have to take things that are not going to affect my sleep cycle. And this is one of those products. So I have to be very careful on what I take, because the last thing I want to do is only sleep 4 hours a day, and then that triggers the onset.
Exactly. I have to say, for me personally, because I get up so early, but I really didn't want to get up at 3 or 4. 5:30 is okay with me, but 3 or 4, and I feel foggy all day. But I was having a hard time, because my husband goes to bed later, then he wakes me up, then I can't go back to sleep anyway. It's like a vicious cycle. So I get up and I take CBD oil, and then I can sleep till at least 5:30 or 6.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So that's worked for me. The CBD oil, he keeps me supplied in that. Okay. So I can, because sleep is so important. Like you said, if you don't get enough sleep, that's why back in war times they would do sleep deprivation, because it can make you go crazy. Your body doesn't heal itself. It can put it into an inflammatory state. Just a lot of negative stuff.
Yes.
So great. So you've got exercise. You've got what did we say? What was it? What was your first one?
Bacopa.
Oh, the Bacopa. Yeah. So you've got vitamins, exercise.
Yes.
What else?
The other thing that I do is affirmations. I have a series of affirmations that I say every day. And YouTube has really helped me discover a lot of great authors out there. One of them is Frances Goldbluish. Frances Goldbluish she was a writer in the early 1900s. And
how do you spell her last name?
Goldbluish, Scovelshinn.
Ooh, that's a mouthful. Okay.
Yeah, it is. There's the works that you'll find of hers on YouTube are people that, obviously she's gone now, but people have re-recorded her work because it's in the public domain. And so one of the ladies has her name is Nevolution, Nevullition. And she's done a series of recordings of the Francis Goldbluish books. And she also has affirmations that she's recorded. So she says a series of affirmations from Francis Goldbluish, and they're on repeat. So it lasts for 30 minutes or an hour or however long that particular recording is. And in my mind, in my opinion, our brain is a computer, right?
It is.
So if you tell this computer up here the same thing over and over again, it will believe you. Whether it's I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid. If you say that enough times, this computer up here is going to believe you. And if you tell your computer the opposite, the computer will believe you as well. So I make sure
it's reprogramming. And,
yes.
I'm connected with a lot of different young and middle-aged thought spiritual leaders. And it really is about reprogramming, stopping that negative self-talk and reprogramming it with positive thoughts. And one of the things that, that folks will do is affirmations, like you talk about. That can be tied to goals, but the goal would look like not, I want to do this. It's as if it already is. Yeah. I am a successful entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I am a healthy, fantastic mother. Whatever the things are, goals, it's as if, because as Lisbet says, the mind doesn't know the difference when you input it of it being already there or not.
Yes.
So, and it takes catching that self chatter, that negative self chatter, catching it and turning it around.
Yes.
Because really and truly, we choose joy in every moment. Happiness is an inside job and we choose it, but it starts with our thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your life, to quote Wayne Dyer, bless his heart, wherever he is. But it starts with changing your thoughts. So yeah, I love that. Joe Dispenza, Jake Ducey, a couple other just phenomenal, Dr. Dispenza, he's a doctor. He gets into the scientific aspect of it. Jake Ducey, I've shared his YouTubes with my younger daughter because he's a young guy, just so far ahead of his time in terms of spirituality and making spiritual health real in today's life. So yeah, great stuff there is definitely changing your thoughts. So exercise can be the form of yoga. It can be walking your dog. Mm-hmm. As I mentioned, it can be exercising if you work from home, because exercise is accumulative. Mm-hmm. Meditation, prayer, being thankful, affirmations, these all kind of fall into that same category. So whatever you're comfortable with, whoever you pray to, or maybe you combine meditation with prayer, but being thankful, if you're not spiritually connected at all, Lisbet and I talked about this, being thankful, having a thankful heart. I sign off on every one of these shows with, to stay positive, be positive. And we can choose that in every moment. We can look at something, the glass half full or half empty. You choose what your thoughts are. Music is another one. Do you ever use music to start your day, whether it's meditative music or classical music or anything like that?
What I've done is I've actually stopped listening to music. I've cut off music on the radio.
Really?
I cut off music on the internet completely. I listen to no music because every song, most of the songs out there are about something negative, right? So and they're
I'm not talking about mainstream music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about like.
So have you heard of 420 megahertz?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a smart TV, that's what we usually have on in our house. I would say the majority of the time is the vibrations of 420. We sleep with it as well.
Okay.
And for those that don't know, it's a sound value that raises your vibration. Everything is energy. We all are all energy. Sound is energy. Music is energy. Inanimate objects are energy. Everything is energy. And 420 megahertz is the optimal, I guess, energy platform, if you will.
Yes.
So yeah, those are things you can find on your smart TV, if not just meditative yoga music or whatever, but the 420 megahertz.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something you might want to check into.
Yeah, I have heard of it, but I haven't really, like, when I see those types of songs come up on, like, as an example, YouTube, I just pass right over it. Lately, I've just been focusing on the affirmations on repeat.
Right.
And, because you have to find what works for you at this moment in time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we change. I think we've been doing the 420 for the last couple of years, I guess. But this is one thing I can't do without in my morning ritual, and that is coffee. Oh my gosh, I love how it smells.
There you go.
Fresh roasted beans. My husband and business partner, bless his heart, he grinds the coffee and has it ready for me because I do get up at such an early hour. And so all I have to do is push the button, get my almond milk, make my frothy almond milk, my stevia, and I'm good to go. And before I had this, I wish I could tell you I started with yoga or other things, but I really need to start with coffee.
Yeah. And that's fine.
It's fine. It works for me. I love it. And I have through the years eliminated a lot of things in my life, alcohol, sugar, wheat, you name it. My husband used to say, what documentary do you want to see tonight, honey, so we can see what we're going to eliminate next? I'm just like, well, just don't show me one on coffee because I'm not getting rid of coffee. That ain't going to happen. Okay. I'm just saying.
So are you a vegan or you just eat healthy?
No, I'm not a vegan. Through the years, we're going on 23 years. Through the years, we've gone vegetarian. I don't know if we ever did vegan. I've never done vegan. I love cheese too much. I've done keto. Right now, I'm really on the healthiest program that I have ever done, and it's called Weight Watchers.
Okay.
And yeah, I've gotten rid of, about 14 COVID pounds so far and feeling wonderful. But, so that actually, just because cheese is so many points, it's not that I don't eat cheese or dairy, but now you have to budget. Like, well, really, do I want to give up that many points for a big slice of Swiss cheese? Probably not.
Yeah.
I'll eat fruits and vegetables, which are 0 points. Yeah. So but consciously wheat. We watched a show called What's with Wheat. So we don't eat wheat. That just strangles your digestive system.
Yes.
And then Food Inc. That's another one. If I don't eat chicken. After eating that, I do eat meat. It has to be organic, grass-fed, and all of that. I really like a brisket. I love a filet. I love a Chateaubriand. But I have not gone back to chicken. I'm sure I could if it's organic, but after watching Food Inc., it just grossed me out so much that I just can't bear to eat a chicken.
Yeah.
But, that's just me. But, my grandfather was from the island of Crete in Greece, and I lived with my grandparents my last year of high school. And he used to say, you are what you eat. I can't do his accent, but I just think, gosh, that just rings true today, Grandpa. You are what you eat.
That is
right.
Yes.
What you put inside is going to make an effect. So, well, I had to plug in there for the coffee, but is there anything we've missed on sharing with our audience on part of your ritual?
Yeah. So I just started something new, and
okay, do tell.
I was scrolling. Sometimes you get messages from the strangest places like YouTube. You'll see the exact video that you need at the exact time.
Yes.
Okay. So this was one of those moments. Flipping through, I was looking for something on YouTube, and I got distracted. The squirrel.
Shiny ball.
Yeah. And this lady was talking about this idea for instead of having a vision board we have a board with the different things up on a wall somewhere. She put it on note cards. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go do that. But I'm not just going to use it for my vision board. I'm going to use it for the things that I need to work on myself. So I asked myself the question, what is the one thing that I can do right now that will change my life today, tomorrow, next week, next month? Immediate goals, things that I want to see happen right now. Because we are all very powerful manifestors, but you have to know how to employ it. And I believe this little thing right here is going to help me get to that point. So if I can make this happen, I might turn it into a little course. So I'll let you know.
Okay. I have that same booklet. I put quotes on mine.
Oh, this little.
I have that same exact pad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure Office Max. Yes. But I put quotes on them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great. And that way, that way you've got it. You can throw it in your purse. You can look at it. You've got time to kill. You're in your car, whatever, and you can be reminded, because we do need to be reminded. You can't see my office here. I'm not going to show it to you, but I've got a big grease board that tells me what I've got going on. Then I've got the next month in a smaller grease board. Then I have stuff on my phone, and then I have a book, because I need it written in a book visually so I can see it. Again, it's what works for you. That's what works for me. I'm visual. I need to see it. I need to be reminded of it, so that I can stay, on target or on goal. Years ago, I started in corporate America back in one of my first careers with AT&T Telecommunications. Had, some of the best corporate training that, that corporations have to offer. One of which they brought in Franklin, speaker on organizing, and that's when the day planners first came out or whatever. And we, learned the pyramid, and that was really enlightening to me, because, I came from kind of the feeling that everything's a priority. It all has to get done. Well, it isn't. They're not all A's. You're going to set yourself up for failure if you think you're going to get the laundry done, if you're going to get it all done, because you're only one person. And no, I'm sorry, you don't have otherworldly superpowers. You have your own innate human superpowers that are even more powerful. Yes. But you've got to focus on, what is an A priority? Yeah. What is a B? It would be nice to get done, but if not, it moves towards. And the key element is it starts with the foundation of what is of value to you, whether it's family, business, relationships. There's about 4 different categories, right? When we're looking to build our strategies and build our goals, but it all funnels down to one thing. What are your values? Mm-hmm. So that was eye-opening to me. If I put down here that my values are family, let's just say, because many people that is one of the most important things is their family. Let's say family and relationships, very important. But then you get up the pyramid, and on your action items, your to-do list, nothing has to do with family. Mm-hmm. This is where you feel depressed. This is where you feel like something's wrong, something's missing, something's not connecting, because you're busy doing stuff that has nothing to do with what's valuable to you. And does it mean we don't do business? No, but it means we balance that out, and we include something on our calendar that's going to be in alignment with our values. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe this is the biggest reason that people get out of sync, depressed, etc., is because they're not moving in alignment with what's truly important to them in their heart. That is their values.
I agree.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And you got to drink plenty of coffee. Do you drink coffee?
No, I don't, because it gives me insomnia. And then
even if you drink it in the morning?
Even if I drink it in the morning, yes.
Well, green tea is amazing. In fact, I think I'm going to cook up some a fresh brew here. I really wanted it yesterday, and the line was so long at Starbucks after I left my warehouse, and so I've been craving it ever since. But green tea is amazing. It has these catechins, I think they call them, elements that are really good. That and black tea, really good for your system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go brew me up some green tea, I think.
Excellent.
And
great thing to do on a Friday.
What's that?
It's a great thing to do on a Friday.
It is. Well, and then I'm going to go out in the humidity, Lisbet. And if you want to come over and help me, you can. And get my patio organized. We had all our backyard done. We had a new fence put in. And now I've got all this stuff on my patio, including a lot of projects that I need to get to. I'm going to put them on the side of the yard. So I can feel joyous and glorious when I walk out on the patio and enjoy this, little home holiday.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to sweat and put on some dirty clothes and sweat to do it. And that's okay. I will make my green tea.
Yes. And make sure you stay well hydrated.
Yes. Well hydrated. Sound like my daughter. And so guys, go to HoustonCityBeat.com if you'd like to check out more about Lisbet. And also, I guess that'll bring them to the YouTube or to the Vimeo, right? The recordings that you have.
Yeah. So every person that we interview has a, you can find their post, and within that post, you'll find the videos on there.
So you can find mine, Kat Trelinos. Did you put me under Kat or Kathleen?
Well, if you just type in Kat, the search
it'll come up.
Stuff, it'll find it.
Okay. And this episode will be posted on our YouTube channel within about 48 hours. We'll have all the contact information for Lisbet, and I'll be sending you the link as well, Lisbet. Okay. We are always looking for guests, anyone out there who would like to showcase their juju of whatever business or thoughts or ideas that they have. Like I said, it's all things home related. Anything that can happen in a home. Heck, it could even be sex, couldn't it? I didn't think about that. But, the spectrum is broad. It's very broad, and we would love to hear from you to be our guest. It's every Friday at 10 a.m. And thank you so much, Lisbet. It was a joy having you.
Well,
and I look forward to seeing this episode.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
Have a great 4th of July weekend.
You too. Be safe and stay hydrated out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks again, Lisbet. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, my sign off. Okay. I almost didn't do the sign up. As always, stay positive, stay hopeful, and stay connected. And we thank you once again for connecting with me and Lisbet.